from collaboration, the subject of last week's video, to exploitation. Until recently, research exploitation was all about monetization of knowledge through working with commercial partners. Focus was on knowledge from life sciences and not so much on knowledge from other disciplines. However, examples of monetization can certainly be found in social sciences, arts and humanities as well. At present, a broader approach to research exploitation is gaining momentum, an approach that embraces the use of research outcomes by non-commercial parties. Such parties could, for example, be governmental bodies, educational institutions, or charities. Also, monetization is no longer the only focus. Access to data, labor, or other valuable resources have become important as well. Sometimes the sole reason for exploitation is simply a positive effect on society, be it a decrease in violence, an increase in public health, or any other benefit to our community. While other benefits are becoming more important, financial gain still is an important driving force, and it will probably stay that way. Especially in times that public funding for research is cut back, selling knowledge for money sounds very nice. But is it really so straightforward? Let's be honest here. No, it is not so straightforward. It usually takes a lot of time and effort to set up collaborations with third parties, and only a small percentage of all cases leads to actual success. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't try. With some help from your local knowledge exchange office, you might just be the one that gets very successful at exploiting your research. But maybe first get an idea of possible roads to monetization. In this tutorial, I'll be highlighting 3 common forms. These are collaborative research projects, licensing, and consultancy services. First, collaborative research projects. These are projects in which a researcher and a third party work together in order to further develop a methodology. For example, a technology to produce nanoparticles, or a smart approach to catching criminals. The researcher gets paid by the third party to do research. The results are useful to both the third party and the researcher. In this collaboration, the third party not only invests money, but also time and other resources. To be able to do joint research, all relevant results from previous research activities, this is called background, is made available to the participants in the project. Knowledge transfer can go either way, from the researcher to the third party and vice versa. New results generated through the joint research, so-called foreground, is potentially available to the third party for deployment. Under what conditions they can use the new methodology depends on what is agreed between the parties. So basically, money or time invested by the third party gives them access to background and foreground. But it doesn't mean they're always allowed to commercialize the foreground. It is possible that the results from the collaborative research project are in the end bought by yet another party if they make a better offer. Some companies don't appreciate the relative uncertainty that comes with a collaborative research approach, and they prefer another way. Which brings me to the second form of monetization that I would like to highlight: licensing. In this case, a third party pays to get access to background and to further develop and commercialize a methodology. Licensing involves much less collaboration. The further development of the methodology is mostly done by the third party. And the foreground that comes out of this type of work is owned by that third party. Depending on the terms of the licensing agreement, the researcher or research group involved gets paid upon proof of concept, the first product sold, or any other milestone that was agreed upon. The third form of research exploitation concerns consultancy services. In this case, researchers give advice to third parties on specific research questions, but they do not do extra research into the topic. Their advice is based on their own experience and existing knowledge in the field, so-called know-how. Since consultancy usually doesn't render significant amounts of money, researchers often engage in consultancy activities for other reasons. For example, to expand their network and pave the way for future collaborative research projects. Whatever the reason for research exploitation and whatever the form, it is crucial that all parties involved know what to expect from each other. Most universities have knowledge exchange offices or tech transfer offices that have lots of experience with research exploitation, from finding the right partner to legal terms and negotiation tactics. It can most certainly be worthwhile to pay them a visit before you start your exploitation efforts. We hope that you have learned from this video that there are many approaches to research exploitation, and that although monetization is often the main goal, there are other reasons to engage with third parties. Which way to go and with whom is the topic of the next video. Thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next tutorial.